So steps of photosynthesis: root absorb water from the soil and it is transported to leaves. जो भी रूट्स रहते हैं प्लांट के वो वाटर को एब्सॉर्ब करता है और वो प्लांट में ट्रांसपोर्ट करता है टूवर्ड लीव्स. सो लीव्स में क्या है? क्लोरोप्लास्ट है. क्लोरोप्लास्ट सनलाइट को एब्सॉर्ब करेगा. जो लीव्स है, जो रूट्स है, वहाँ से वाटर आएगा एब्सॉर्ब होके वो लीव्स की तरफ ट्रांसपोर्ट होगा. उसके बाद में जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड है वो एयर से एब्सॉर्ब किया जाएगा विद द हेल्प ऑफ लीव्स by a structure called stoma. Stoma are minute structure which is present on the surface of leaves. Okay, so chlorophyll in the leaves absorbs sunlight. Water and carbon dioxide combine to form glucose. Oxygen is released into the air. So CO2 is absorbed from the air. O2 is given out as a output of photosynthesis. Now the process in simple words is sunlight is absorbed by the chlorophyll, water from the soil reaches the leaves, carbon dioxide enters through the stomata, and with the help of sunlight and chlorophyll, water and carbon dioxide change into glucose. So water is H2O, carbon dioxide is CO2. So this gives to glucose, that is C6H12O6, that is one molecule of glucose, and as an output oxygen is released into the atmosphere. So I'll tell you the equation of photosynthesis, that is carbon dioxide plus water with the help of sunlight and chlorophyll gives glucose plus oxygen. So carbon dioxide, so the chemical equation will be carbon dioxide is CO2. So 6 molecules of carbon dioxide plus 6 molecules of water, that is H2O, gives rise to, with the help of, how to read this, with the help of sunlight and chlorophyll, it gives to glucose. So the chemical formula of glucose is C6H12O6 and 6O2, that is 6 molecule of oxygen. Okay, so glucose is the source of energy, it is food. So what is the importance of photosynthesis? So photosynthesis produce food, that is glucose. Plant may make food for themselves. All animals including humans depends on plants for food डायरेक्टली और इनडायरेक्टली. सो ह्यूमंस को फूड कहाँ से मिलता है? प्लांट से. और प्लांट्स फूड खुद का बनाते हैं बाय द हेल्प ऑफ प्रोसेस फोटोसिंथेसिस. सेकेंड वन इज ऑक्सीजन प्रोडक्शन. सो प्लांट्स क्या करते हैं? फोटोसिंथेसिस करके CO2 का कन्वर्जन करते हैं O2 में, दैट इज ऑक्सीजन, और ऐसे ऑक्सीजन प्रोड्यूस होता है प्लांट्स में. सेकेंड वन इज, थर्ड वन इज maintain CO2 balance. So plant absorb carbon dioxide from air and helps in maintaining the balance of gases in the atmosphere. That's why we say that we should plant more trees. So they just uh, deplete the CO2 levels from the atmosphere and they produce oxygen. Okay, so the fourth point is source of energy. So all food chains on the earth begin with the photosynthesis. So photosynthesis is the basic process which makes the food. So now I'll explain this with the help of flowchart. So plant leaves as chlorophyll and they absorb CO2 and water and they make food, that is glucose and oxygen as a byproduct with the help of photosynthesis. So photosynthesis is a process by which the green plants which have chlorophyll, they produce glucose, and what they absorb water and CO2. Okay, so where does each component come from? So sunlight सनलाइट आता है सन से, वाटर आता है सॉइल से, और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड आता है एयर से, और क्लोरोफिल जो रहता है वो ग्रीन लीव्स में प्रेजेंट रहता है. सो a quick recap and some questions. What is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is basically a process by which green plants make their own food, and they use carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight to produce glucose, that is the energy source, and oxygen as a byproduct, which gas does absorb from the air, that is carbon dioxide, CO2. Which gas do plant release into the air? Oxygen, that is O2. Which pigment in the leaves absorb sunlight? Chlorophyll. In which part of the plant does photosynthesis mainly occurs? That is, which is more green? Green leaves. Okay, so you know how plants make their food by the help of photosynthesis. So now the conclusion. Photosynthesis is a wonderful process by which green plants prepare their food using sunlight, water, carbon dioxide, and chlorophyll. It provides food and oxygen for almost all living organisms and keeps the environment balanced. Okay, so now you know why photosynthesis is more important, how the food is produced in the in the life cycle, and how we get oxygen. Okay, so that's why we say save plants, plant more trees, so that our lives will also get saved. Okay, thank you.